Alright guys, in today's video I'm going to show you guys how to wire an outlet if you're a do-it-yourselfer. I'm just going to show you different scenarios you may run into when wiring an outlet. You may run into just a single outlet. You only need to, you are trying to put in a single outlet, or you're trying to wire in an outlet and you're trying to pass through to another outlet. And yeah, we're just going to show you a video on how to do that from a real electrician. Alright, so some of the tools you're going to need a Sharpie, a hammer for hammering down the staples, a straight blade screwdriver, an Ideal T5 wire stripper, some handy straps for stapling the wire down, an assortment of wire nuts if you need them. And then you have an outlet here is what the first video is going to be about, and you'll need the appropriate plate. So here we go, I'll show you how to do it. Alright, so I have our mock stud wall right here with our switch at the appropriate height of 16 inches off the floor. If you're in an older house, it's probably not going to be 16 inches, and you'll probably just want to make it the same size as the other ones. So whatever that is off the floor. For here, we'll just do our 16. Alright, you'll also need our 12-2 Romex. Okay. We're gonna cut this. Obviously yours will be on a spool and you'll be running it from wherever the outlet you're getting your power from is, and then going to the outlet that you're putting in. So you just strip it like this. I usually strip my Romex with just a regular T5. I don't have anything special here like a Romex T5. I'm just gonna put it on the wire. I'm gonna lightly press down. I'm not going to cut through it because I don't want to nick the wires, and I just roll it on there a little bit and then just give her a pull. There you go, your jacket's off. So you can see I didn't even cut through the paper, so it didn't nick the wire. So then you just peel the paper off. So here we are. So this video is going to be only adding a single outlet, and then we'll go into adding another one once you're done. So there we go. Nice and clean, no nicks, you can see. No nicks. Alright, we're good. Alright, so now we need to take the knockouts out of the box. Okay, got our knockout out. There's a little tab in the back, you just want to bust that out. We're actually going to take this one. Okay, so you got your wire here. You're going to want to feed that through this back knockout. So you can get it in there. Boom. Alright, then you're going to want to put your first staple in at least 4 inches from the bottom of the box. Obviously your staples will go in a lot better than mine. This is just a mock wall. Okay. Alright, so there we go. We got our staples into our box. We got the wire hanging out here. Now obviously you'll probably have a set of holes coming through here through multiple studs, or maybe the power will come in from the top depending on the scenario. So this is going, for our example here, this is going to be our power. So we'll just label him power. It's going to be our power. So this is our neutral, our ground, and our hot one from the breaker panel. Or from the outlet that you're grabbing it from. So here we're going to strip each one. Now obviously this isn't hot, so I'm not concerned about whether it's hot or not. If it is, then you grab a tester, which I'll show you later in the video, where you would just put your tester by it, make sure that it is not hot, because you do not want to work on live circuits. It's very dangerous. I'd only do it if you're a trained professional. So here we go. Don't quite like how long that is. I'm using the appropriate size hole for the T5 to make sure I'm on the right wire gauge. If the camera will pick it up, it won't. So here we go. We'll twist these over, twist this one up. Hot one you twist down. It doesn't really matter how you do this. It's just I've done it so many times. It's just natural to turn them the right way. So we got our outlet here. This is a Legrand outlet, white device. You can get them white, ivory, light almond are the basic ones, but we're just using white for this example. So first we got this guy here. He goes on the green screw. It's our ground. Got our straight blade screwdriver. Take him, tighten him like that. There we go, nice little hook right around. Always make sure the wire is hooked around the way the screw is turning. Otherwise, if you do it the other way, it'll actually like unwind the wire. And you'll see what I'm saying. I'll do an example of what not to do. All right, and then these other screws, unless you got another outlet you're adding, you're just gonna wanna run in one of these. So just run one of these in. Run the neutral one in. Now, some of you might ask, like, how do you know which one is the neutral, which one is the hot? Because you don't want to get the polarity wrong. That can cause some problems possibly for you, or it might not do anything at all. But this is what you want to make sure. So this brass looking screw is the hot terminal. This silver looking screw is the neutral terminal. So obviously we gotta get these guys switched around. We're gonna put him like so. Boom, like that. Tighten him down. Alright, obviously if this was hot, I would not be grabbing it like that. I would recommend not doing them hot. This is our hot terminal. Now, here's our outlet. It's in our box. We just got to put it in now. How do you tell which pin is the hot one? This is just some electrician knowledge. The hot pin, usually in plugs, outlets, anything, is always the smallest pin. So you can see that this one right here is slightly smaller than this one. So this is our hot pin, that's our ground, this is our neutral. And this is a tamper resistant outlet, so if you have kids or anything and you're trying to keep them from sticking stuff in outlets, you know, like I did when I was younger, this is what you want to put in because it won't allow them to stick anything in there. So this, we're just going to screw them into the box now. Okay, just get them started. Start the other one. Now, if you're doing multiple of these, I use impact with a Phillips tip on it because it just goes a lot faster. Sometimes I'll even wire them with a impact, you know, as long as it doesn't torque them down too tight, but just tight enough so they're snug. All right, get this one finished up. All right, there we are. We have our outlet in our box. Our wires flow very nicely in the box. They're not crammed in there. We didn't cut them too short. They're just right. That's what you want. We put our plate on. Like so. And there you have it. We have an outlet added to wherever you want one, whether it's, you know, in your living room, kitchen, wherever. There's some legal stuff you might want to just ask someone about, you know, a professional about, you know, if you're adding one to your kitchen or somewhere where there's water. You may want to have that GFCI protected, which will be another video. But right now we're just going to show you how to do the single outlet. And now I'm going to show you next how to add another one onto the one that you just added here. So that'll be next. All right, so now we're here with our next video on how to add another outlet to your existing outlet that you just put in. So you got two wires we're gonna be dealing with now. So we're gonna wanna do a similar thing. We're gonna wanna knock out, back knockout, get them out however we can. Obviously, make sure everything's dead. This is obviously not live. Okay, we have our wire. Obviously this will be on a spool, it won't be cut like that. Just, you know, it's just a prop. So this will be going to the next outlet that you want to add. So obviously we put him in there. Always make sure that there's at least a little, you know, I like to do 1/2 inch to 1 inch of jacket sticking in the box. Inch gets a little too long, but 1/2 inch is just about perfect. But you don't want the bare wire sticking out the back of the box. So I'm just gonna add this one up here. Now obviously your stud wall won't move around that much like mine does because it's not screwed down to anything. It's just a prop that we have. So now we're gonna be dealing with 3 more wires here. So I'm gonna flip this around actually so you guys get a better view of what I'm gonna have to do here. So we have, I hope you can see this in the video, we have 3 more wires. Now obviously there's a terminal for another neutral, there's a terminal for another hot one on the other side. But this ground, we don't have 2 terminals. So we need to do something about that. So here, we'll pull this one off from our last video, and we will flip this around straight. I'm gonna push him off to the side for now, give you guys a better view. All right, so we're gonna wanna kind of tuck these down in kind of the same spot. So this one, we're actually gonna kind of cut him kind of short. Now, if you can make the leads longer, that's better. If you can roll them up. For this video, I couldn't, so that's the way I'm gonna do it. It's gonna be kind of short if we pulled them out all the way. But now we're gonna use this green wire nut here to be legal. It's got a hole. You can see that? It's got a hole where the wire will poke through, but we'll still be able to wire nut it. So here we go, we'll open this guy up so he's straight. Slide the wire nut, see him poke through there. Then we will twist him on with our other wire that was down here. He's gonna connect here. Now you can wire nut these all together and make a tail. So I don't have another wire here, but you could make a tail, like just wire nut these all under one wire nut without this snazzy green one with the hole in the middle, and then just run a tail out to here too. That's perfectly fine. But for this case, we're gonna show you the absolute most legal way to do this. So here we go. And we're just gonna give them a few spins until the wires start twisting together a little bit. You don't wanna go too nuts. You don't wanna break the wire off inside, and it gets to be a pain in the butt. And then we're gonna put the curl right back on this guy. Okay, crunch them down a little bit. All right, so there we go. We got both our grounds hooked up to one now because they're twisted back here, but we still have our tail right here to go on to our outlet. So we've just put him back on. And then we continue our regular business as usual here by putting the neutral and the ground on. So this one's gonna fit in here kind of awkward. I cut them just maybe a little too short. Should have made my leads a little longer than what I did. So if you're watching, remember that, make them a little, you know, they can stick out the box a little ways. You know, if you can fold them up there, make them look real neat, that's the way you should probably do it. Alright, so we're gonna fold this neutral down. Fold the hot one up. Now, this obviously isn't hot yet until we put power onto it. So this is all dead for now, for this example. Now the screw that we ran down earlier, we're gonna wanna bring him back out. And if you wanna do this 100% correctly, you would start with the neutral and always do your hot one last. Even if the power's off, I always do the hot one last. Just a good, you know, thing to do. It's just in case you ever to touch a, you know, a live one by accident, like you didn't know it was live. If you do them that way, your chances of getting electrocuted are a lot less, because you can actually get shocked off neutrals, believe it or not. And I've done it. It's not very fun. Probably some of the worst shocks I've ever gotten were from neutrals. So always do your neutral first, because as long as that hot one ain't on yet, you ain't gonna get shocked by it. So next one here. So we're putting him on. Obviously power is off. You got him in there. And then you just want to kind of roll these up in there, let the bottom two come up, which would be the first two wires, and let these other ones come up like so. Just give them a nice little push in. Our ground's rolling up nicely. So we'll put that in there, and we'll screw this guy down, put the plate on, and that'll be it. And then so it's very critical to keep track of which one the power was on when you're doing this, because even if you're just changing out an outlet to like a newer kind, and you got this situation where you have two wires, but you took them apart, you can't remember which one was the hot one, which one wasn't. The best way to identify it probably would be to pull the leads so they're not touching at all, pull them out, make sure nothing's touching, turn it on, make sure, you know, before turning it on, make sure the leads are separated, the hot ones, you know, one up here, one down here, and then turn it on, take your tester, make sure this isn't, you know, check which one's hot, and then once you get it marked, usually what I like to do is I'll take like an orange wire nut and I'll just cap it, then I know that's the hot one. And then I'll leave the power off, obviously. I'll turn it back off, but that'll be how I'll remember which one I left as the hot one. It'll make things easier for you, especially if you start putting in GFIs, like outside outlets and stuff like that. So there we go, that's our outlet. There we go, that's our power. And this is 2 outlet. So if you look very carefully here, I have our, bump the camera, power here is coming in from down here, up here. I have our 2 outlet, and that would be to our next outlet. Now it doesn't matter if they come in the bottom, you know, they could both come in from the top, but you just gotta make sure you know which one is which when you're doing your outlets. So just put our cover on. And that's how you wire outlets up. It's very simple. You don't really need that many tools to do it. But you just need to keep track of what you're doing and make sure you're not doing this live. So making sure you're testing, make sure everything's dead when you're doing it. All right, that'll do it for today's video. Hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks, bye.